Welcome back to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. One of our regular features, the Odd Show, where we have a look at the bookies and the value of an upcoming game. And of course, we're talking the Champions League quarter-final, second leg, Atletico Madrid against us, of course, 8 p.m. at the Wanda Metropolitano. There you are, I got that out right this time. So we're going to have a look at any value, which is bound to be in what could be a tight game like this. And as you know, each match I place a couple of bets for charity. Sometimes I might split the bets and place 3 or 4 bets even. But yeah, at the moment, we're doing okay. So all profits go to the CHRISTIES, which is our nominated charity, the CHRISTIE charity for this season. So all profits go to that. If I lose out and make a loss, which I do a lot of guys, I'm not I'm not perfect. I take the losses. So anything we lose, I lose, and that's me. That makes me try and put a little bit. I always put plenty of effort in, but obviously it's for charity, so I put loads of effort in. But it makes me try and sharpen up. I don't always get it right. But yeah, it's not been too bad recently. We had another win, obviously, in the Liverpool game. And more for the pot. I took a chance on KDB, anytime goal scorer. Perhaps should have gone for first goal scorer, shouldn't I? But again, I bottled it and went for the anytime goal scorer. So more money for the pot for charity anyway. Interesting on him again this week. Have I gone for him again? Well, you'll have to wait and see, won't there? Of course, there's always going to be a City lead into these odds. I'll put a little bit in there on the Atletico's chances with different odds as well. Of course I will, because that's part of what odds are. You obviously take into account the opponents as well. But there'll always be a City lead and a City look viewpoint. And please, I don't condone gambling in any way. Only bet what you can afford. And of course, when the fun stops, stop and be gamble aware. So please do that. Right, let's check out some value on this upcoming game. All these prices at the 11th of April 2022, so there may be minor changes in the meantime. If you do the exchanges, they fluctuate and the main bookies fluctuate. Perhaps not as much, but always worth checking. But these are all the odds as at 11th of April 2022. For the match itself, City are 4-5 on to win the game, which it's not bad. It's not bad. I was tempted to have a go at that. I think if you're confident in your team, I'm confident we'll beat them. So yeah, even now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, why didn't I go for that? Because I haven't as the charity bet. But anyway, that's a good price, 4-5 on. A draw is 13-5. And if you fancy Atletico, if you're an Atletico Madrid fan out there and you fancy it, 15-4. So not a bad price. My 11, please watch my preview show. I'm totally confused as to what Pep's going to play in this one. That's for sure. I've been a lot more confident over recent weeks, but not so much with this one. So have a look at my preview show if you want the reasoning behind this 11. But this is the 11 I've got without knowing about any added injuries, etc. Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Cancelo, Rodri, Gundogan, KDB, Bernardo, Foden and Mahrez. As I say, if I get 7 of those right, I'll be quite happy come the night, because the next 2 or 3 games, I have no idea what Pep's thinking is going to be. I took it a wild guess. I say I've been quite close recently, but I don't think I will be with this one particularly. So here we go. First goal scorer. Yeah, we want it to be a City player, of course. We do. Mahrez is 6-1 with Bet365. Foden 13-2. KDB generally 15-2. Suarez is 7-1. If you fancy him playing, I think Felix will come back in. I think Suarez, who played at weekend, will be out of this one. But he's showing us 7-1 with Bet365. You can get 17-2 on Kuna or Felix, which isn't bad. Griezmann will have to improve on his performance against us, because he looks as though he couldn't do much when he played against us at the Etihad. He's 10-1. Back to some City players. Gundogan's 9-1 with Paddy Power, and Bernardo you can generally get 9-1 as well. He doesn't mind a European goal, does he? Anytime goal scorer. This is what interests me most. Has it interested me this week? Possibly not. Mahrez is 2-1 with Bet365. Very feasible. Foden's 13-5. Gundogan's 14-5. Bernardo 7-2 with obviously generally available. Suarez and Felix are both 13-5. Kuna's 16-5. Griezmann 4-1. Yeah, and I did miss him deliberately, didn't I there? So KDB, yes, is quite amazing. You can actually get 3-1. He's 2-1 at a lot of bookies, but just shop around. You can actually get a 3-1. Could he do 3 in a row? Anytime goal scorer? No, not for me anyway. So I've bottled out of it this week, guys. I'm not going to do it. It gets a bit boring. I like to mix it up a little bit, but I wouldn't put you off KDB anytime goal scorer. If he plays and on the form he's in, So my first charity bet actually is in the next little section, both teams to score. And I am hopeful, and fingers crossed, that we'll manage to keep a clean sheet again. I'm sure Edison will be in goal, Stefan Mutton. I'm sure we'll play the strongest back five we've got, if you include Rodri as well. It could be Ferner. That might be a change that Pep makes, and I still won't worry about that. So both teams to score. Yes is 10-11 on, and no is 20-21 with Bet Victor. But I've managed to get with the exchanges at 0.98 on no. So I'm hoping we'll keep a clean sheet, or even 0-0, or we keep a clean sheet, 1-0, 2-0 victory. It doesn't matter to me. That'll do for me. So my first charity bet, both teams to score, no at 0.98. Correct scores. It will be a bit of a surprise for me if this is a goal fest. I mean, obviously, either team could crumble, more likely them, if we go a goal or two ahead, of course, and it'll get feisty, that's for sure. We certainly won't go down without a fight, not necessarily in the correct way, Atletico Madrid. But I fancy a 1 or 2-0 for City, as I say, I'm hoping for that clean sheet. A City win 1-0 is 6-1. A 2-0 is 15-2. You can get 8-1 on a 2-1. If you fancy a 3-0, Bet Victor's 15s, and if you fancy a 3-1, 16s with Hills. So interesting. Draw. You fancy draw 0-0, which will put us through. 10-1 with Hills, a 1-1, 6-1, and 2-2 is 16-1. So again, all scores that will put us through. But you have to imagine the worst, don't you? This is all 90 minutes, of course, without injury time or extra time. 1-0 to Atletico, which will take it to extra time, of course, is 12-1. And a 2-1 to Atletico, which will take it to extra time because there's no such thing now as away goals. It's 16-1 with Hills. So interesting if you fancy Atletico. Half-time, full-time. City 19-10, so almost 2-1 with Coral, if you fancy that. A draw at half-time, City to win full-time is 18-5. A draw half-time, Atlanta to win full-time is 9. Atletico to win. I've gone back in time. Atletico to win. Did I say Atlanta before as well? But my apologies if I did. Atletico to win 9-1. A draw, feasible, 9-2. Goals over under, and this is where I'm going to take a chance. I've sort of made a mess of these the last few times I've done it, but I'll take a chance to get out. Again, after the event, I'll probably think, why did I do it? But yeah, over 2.5 is showing it evens at the moment, which isn't bad, is it? 3 goals in the game, a 2-1, a 3-0. That's not bad. Under 2.5 again, quite tempting at 5-6 with Bet Victor, so almost evens in theory. So that's tempting. Over 3.5, I can't see it. I can't see 4 goals in the game. Could be a 3-1, I suppose, or a 2-2, but I can't see that. That's 14-5 with Betfair Sports. But for charity, as I said, I've done this, and this is probably the 3rd time I've done it recently. Hopefully, I'll have a better result with this one, because the other 2 times I've done it, I've lost miserably at over 2.5. I have gone again, as I say, I was tempted under 2.5, but I could get 1.06 over 2.5 on the exchanges. So that was too tempting against, odds against to pass that up. So please, City, score 3 or win 2-1 or whatever I say. A 2-0 is not going to be any good. A 1-0 or 0-0 is not going to be no good. So yeah, I plump for that one, guys. I know I'm an idiot, but hey, let's keep your fingers crossed for me anyway on that one. So, charity bet over 2.5 goals in the game at 106. Yeah, slight bit of commission on that, but not too much. The winning margin, yeah, I can't see any more than a 1 or a 2 with this one. A City 1 goal winning margin, 13-5. Atletico 1 goal margin, you get 11-2 with Boyles. A City 2 goal margin, which is feasible. I'd like to be happy with that. 4-1 as well. And the cards is interesting. Obviously, I'm not betting on the cards. I've done my 2 charity bets, but they do have poor discipline. They had another 4 players booked at the weekend, Atletico. But as a point of this, the bookies aren't giving much away. We've got a German referee who's not frightened of sending people off. In fact, the last time he reffed Atletico, he sent Griezmann off, so he won't worry about that. And if they do get a bit frustrated and City do okay, go into a lead or keep it tight, and it doesn't look as though Atletico are going to do it. I mean, Atletico will be happy at 0-0 up to about the 70th minute, I think. Then they'll try and nick something. But yeah, if it starts to go pear-shaped for them and City do dominate and score 1 or 2 goals early on, I can see it getting even feistier than it would be anyway. So the bookies aren't messing about. Over 4.5, they're saying 8-11. So they're not giving much away. That's odds on, but I like that. I think that's okay. Under 4.5, they're offering you evens to try and tempt you in, which, but is there going to be 5 bookings or 3 bookings are sending off, which counts as 5 cars, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it is. I think 8 to 11 is probably fair from the bookies. But if you want to take a chance that Atletico just give up in a nice way, I can't see it under 4.5. It's even. So I won't put you off particularly either of them, but I would plump for over 4.5. To win to nil. Again, if City can keep a clean sheet, 2-1 we bet Victor City. That's not bad. Atletico are 7-1. We bet 7-1 generally to win 2-0. They end up 1-0. It goes to extra time. A clean sheet. Again, City to keep a clean sheet, 11-8. I quite like that. That's not bad. And finally, before we go, corners. Yeah, corners is an interesting one. There was 9 at the Etihad. So it depends really on me if Atletico are expansive in this game and go for it, or City just control it and knock the ball around a lot. And if they knock the ball around, I would say under 9.5 at 5-6 with Bet365 is the best bet. But you can get over 9.5 if you think it's going to be a bit more entertaining and Atletico are going to have a bit more of a go. Over 9.5 corners, you can get, again, 5-6 with 365. So both under and over at the same price. So Bet365 can't really split them. So personally, I would possibly go City trying to control it and under 9.5. I would expect a similar thing to the Etihad where we're in complete control. And we're patient and took our chances. Fact that Atletico are now at home might increase that. So as I say, again, I wouldn't put anyone off going over 9.5 for the corners. So there you go, guys. That's a little review. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you've had a little plump on, what you fancy for this, or even after the event, let me know what you've been successful or unsuccessful in, or whatever. That'd be great. And just a reminder of the charity bets. Both teams to score no, that's 0.98. Fingers crossed for me, guys. And goals over under. I say that worries me. Oh, well, but they always worry me. I mean, there's no guarantees in this life, is there? Over 2.5 goals. I've gone at 1.06, both on the exchanges. So please, fingers crossed for me, guys. Fingers crossed for you lot out there, and fingers crossed for City. That's all we can do. Hopefully you'll join me again very, very soon. Until then, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.